Hi guys, it's me, Jen. I'm back again, and I just wanted to continue on my story. I had a little bit of a rough night sleeping. My daughter is going through her 6-month regression sleep, so bear with me if I look a little bit tired. This is why. I did want to let you know that I have continued on my journey. I got up and worked out this morning, even though I really had no energy whatsoever. And I'm continuing to lose weight and gain muscle, which is really exciting. It lets me know that I have the strength to get through whatever, um, and that I have the stamina to continue on this journey for a very long time. But most of all, it's been kind of depressing in Pittsburgh lately. Our weather's been kind of blah. We've been getting a lot of rain and cloudy skies, and it's spring, but we even had snow. So yet again, when you deal with people like me and others out there who I'm sure you all know someone or may even suffer as well, when you have anxiety and depression, it is very easy to have your weather make you feel very down. And even for the average person, it's the same way. You don't want to get out of bed. You just want to lay on the couch, watch movies, stuff your face with popcorn, chips, salsa. For me, it's queso. Bad habits. So now I pick up carrots and I get my hummus, and I actually really enjoy that because it's filling. I don't feel bad about it later. My salt intake goes way down because I like to make my own hummus from scratch, and so goes it. But back to my journey from victim to victor. I have made it through a lot in my life. As I said before, this might be a little bit longer, so stick with me. Um, my family has a long line of alcohol abuse, drug abuse, bipolar disorder, manic depressive disorder, you name it. And it is very genetic and it does affect children. I myself had it back in high school and was not aware of it at the age of 14. I became a dance major at my high school, which was a wonderful school, and I'm so thankful for it because it saved my life. And I didn't realize then that it was the activity and the support group within the dance world that got me where I am, and let me, it basically instilled something in me because 4 years worth of dancing like that and being instructed, I learned it was ingrained in me. It hid for a while, but it can come back out again. And this is all about the habits that I've been trying to discuss with you that you will form over time that'll become so natural to you, you don't even think about them. And my mother suffers from bipolar disorder severely, and she left one day to get groceries and never came back home for like 3 days. And we didn't know what happened to her when I was about 15 years old. And when this happened, she tried to kill herself. And my brother, at the ripe young age of about 12 years old, began drug abuse on his own. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and the neighborhood we were in was a wonderful neighborhood. I don't know how he got a hold of these drugs or what happened. We didn't know, but all of these habits continued on through his life. And for me, growing up around it and having certain symptoms myself, I wasn't aware. But, anyways, long story short, my brother struggled with drug abuse on and off, and it was because he was also bipolar and he tried different medications and they made him feel like a zombie. So he would go on and off of them, and this is very common with this kind of thing. Now, I wished I would have known about this situation then because I would have been able to help him going for walks through his manic and his mania, which is the hardest. It's so hard when you're manic. You think depression is awful. Well, mania is just as bad. And just like exercise can help depression, it can also help mania and anxiety disorders. It will get you out. It'll make your blood start to pump. You will get rid of a lot of that anxiety and that frustration. It causes endorphins through your brain to make you feel better, and oxytocin that can help you lift your spirits naturally without having to pop a bunch of pills. Not saying pills are not necessary and medication is for some people. For me, luckily, I've been off of it for going on 3 years strong now because of my support group, through my family and my friends, and because I choose to eat properly. Like, I stay away from all the processed foods and all of the nasty things out there that make you sick on a daily basis. And you may not realize it when you're eating these things, but it will happen. Anyways, about 5 years ago now, my father committed suicide. He was my adopted father, and my brother had been living at home with him and my mother. and had been struggling with him for years on his drug addiction. And it got so bad that he was not the same person. Um, then, basically, as time went on, he changed his personality completely. Like, he started to get more violent. And my father hid it from me. He didn't let me know because he knew that I would be very, very concerned. We lived about an hour away from each other, so we didn't see each other as often because he worked constantly. And my brother is very good at hiding things, you know. So through his struggle, he basically, my father couldn't handle it, and he committed suicide in January 2011. And then my brother got through a rehab. He went through a rehab again. We got him out of Pennsylvania so that he'd be away from all of the people who he was getting drugs from. And he did okay for about 3 months. I got to have a real conversation with my brother again. We smiled, we laughed, we talked. And my husband now, we wanted to buy him an Xbox so that we could keep in touch and play games because he loved his video games. We didn't want him to feel alone. And that was the hard part. He didn't have friends down there, and he was living with his grandmother, and he decided to go back home to Jacksonville to visit, and ran into his old friends from back then who were also into drugs still. And it was unbeknownst to me. I had no idea, but he tried to do the drugs again, the same dose that he used to, and he died in some drug dealer's bathroom. I got the phone call at work yet again, just like I did with my father. It was the hardest day of my life, and for me, I have battled growing up the way I did, which was hard enough because when your mom has bipolar disorder like that, you have a hard time understanding where she's coming from. I know more now. I'm almost 40. Back then I didn't. And I fought with her, and I was very mean with her at times, and I feel awful for it, but I know it's just part of the struggle. And losing my brother was the hardest thing that's ever happened to me. He was my best friend. He was my bubs, you know, and I almost became an alcoholic. I downward spiraled. And it was so hard that I had to get on medication. I had to go to therapy. I reached out to anybody that I could talk to, and it was so hard for me. But I'll tell you what fixed me. I got up one day, I went outside, and I started to run. The next day I got up again, and I went out, and I decided to run some more. I ran every day and watched weight fall off of me. I started smiling again, and I started eating healthier, and I did these things on my own. The only problem was I didn't carry a support group with me. I did it, and I lost track of it. I still stayed healthy, you know, but winter can be brutal in Pittsburgh. It can be really brutal because you're stuck inside for a long time. So basically, I got married to my boyfriend of almost 9 years. We have a beautiful daughter, Annabelle, and my best friends were talking to me, and we were just, like, well, how are you doing? Have you started any postpartum depression? And yes, it happened, and it's still here now, but I fight with it every day. I just make sure I get up and I work out and I eat healthy, and it's helped me. It has literally saved my life. Exercise and eating right saved my life, and it let me know something was a bigger picture, and it has to do with your brain, and the nutrition that you put in your body is what will feed you on a daily basis. When you work out and you exercise, even if it's just 30 minutes a day, 4 times a week, 3 times a week, whatever you can get, whatever you can do, will make a huge difference in your life. Whether you battle with depression or not, it's going to be something that will help you. And as a Beachbody coach now, it changed my life. I was able to find something I could do from the comfort of my own home. And I like competition. I'm a competition kind of person. So for me, I'm very competitive with myself, and I push myself, and I make myself get off the couch. I set myself goals, and my goals are done daily. And I know this has gone a little bit longer than I expected on my video, but there's There's some of my struggle there. I just wanted to let you know my story and what has driven me to be a Beachbody coach and what has made me love this group that I'm with, because the support is just amazing. They're not just some strangers. We talk every day. We support each other. We uplift each other. And I want to bring you on the journey with me. And it doesn't mean that you have to be suffering from anxiety or depression or bipolar disorder. You can be just trying to lose 5 to 10 pounds. It doesn't matter. But what does matter is you have a group of people here that are going to stand behind you and that are going to be pushing you and helping you through your journey, because everyone's journey matters. Everyone's, even if yours is full of love and joy and happiness, that is so wonderful. People like me have a harder journey, but I'm on that happiness road now, and I have it to stand on, where I can relate more to people who are on that happiness journey, because I didn't understand it and I would get so jealous, but not anymore. And I I really can't tell you how much working out and exercising every day can truly help you. So there's part of my story, the big part. And I hope that you stuck through to listen and that you'll come back again. I finished my workout today. I'm about to grab my shake. I'm making a fabulous strawberry with fresh bananas, and I love my Shakeology. I can't tell you. It's just energy in a glass. And the best part is it's delicious. It's so good for you. It's not full of all the chemicals and junk that you find in half the stuff out there. So come back to me. I would love to talk to you again. And just know you've got support here anytime you're ready. Have a great day.